are you feeling? We're a couple of days post game. Yeah, sum up the emotions and how you're feeling after that one.
Yeah, look, first and foremost, really proud of the young team. I think the average age of the squad was 22 years old. A couple of debuts from some young players. I thought Jack Wachowski in goal was fantastic. Just turned 19. Nathan Paul coming in at left centre back, and young Docker plus Alou and Jingy that have come back to the club, not played for a long time against men at a competitive level. So all in all, I thought 2.5 weeks into pre-season. It's always difficult to play a game, especially a game that's going to go to extra time and penalties. That's tough, considering just coming back after a long break. So yeah, really proud, disappointed that we didn't go through. To lose it in the last 10 seconds after injury time should have finished was really disappointing. And then to go out in penalties is never a nice way to go out.
Alou back on the score sheet in his first game back. How nice was that to see? He sort of started that comeback that we had.
Yeah, fantastic for him. He's been desperate to get back and get playing first team football. So for him to get a goal on his debut back at the club, I thought it was fantastic. It was a sublime header, typical Alou header. But yeah, he needs game time. He's gone 2 years without really playing much football. So we're going to have to try and have as many games as we can in pre-season to get a lot of the boys fit that possibly haven't played a lot of football in the last 12 to 18 months.
How important was it for you to see, that throughout the game we had sort of different combinations at different stages, especially up front? How valuable was it for you to see sort of how different players were working together up there?
Yeah, look, again, we're still rebuilding at the minute in terms of bringing players in. We're hoping that there'll be more players coming in the next couple of weeks, but what we had available after a long break and only a couple of weeks to prepare for the game, yeah, we felt that we had to use the full squad. Saw that most of the bench got used as well, because the reality is the boys are not match fit. It's a big ask playing a competitive game so soon into pre-season, and because we got to the final, obviously we finished later than everybody else, which means we came back a lot later than everybody else. So in terms of preparation, it wasn't ideal, but massive effort from the boys. Really proud, and yeah, obviously disappointed that we didn't go through in the end.
And as you said, 3 weeks into pre-season, in a weird way, was it almost valuable to have 120 minutes of football under the legs and sort of see where the boys are sitting pre-season?
I say valuable, I also say dangerous, because high level athletes, there's not many places in the world where you play a competitive game so soon into pre-season. Again, that's no fault of anybody's. The final last season was pushed a couple of weeks later than it should have been, which meant we started back a couple of weeks later than everybody else that didn't make the final. So on that side of it, it's good to get minutes in the legs, but yeah, you don't want to be getting 120 minutes into boys that have just been off for 6 weeks on a break. So we'll take the positives out of it. Fortunately, we didn't get any injuries from it, but yeah, it's definitely not ideal. If we'd have gone through, then yeah, of course it would have probably been a little bit more worth it than the fact that that we went out on penalties.
How proud were you of that fight back? 2-0 down, 60 minutes in after that, just scored. As you said, with an extremely young squad, to be able to fight back and lead 3-2 for a majority of the extra time.
Yeah, look, the first half was quite scrappy. They've been back a couple of weeks more than us, so we it took us a while to get into the game. But I think once we got into the game, second half, we looked dangerous, and it was never in doubt we could get back in the game. So yeah, great fight and effort from the boys. Big heart shown, and yeah, I think towards the end of the game, we probably could have had a couple more. Noah hits the post with a header to make it 4-2, and unfortunately that hits the foot of the post. But yeah, I'm really proud of the boys again. Really young team, a lot of new players in. So yeah, it's the signs are good for the season ahead. But yeah, we've got a lot of preparation to do leading into the AFC Cup in about 6 weeks.
What's this next week look like out on the training pitch?
Just recover the boys today. Again, there'll be a couple of sore bodies and tired legs, so we'll get the boys refreshed. We've got a couple of trial boys coming in as well, and yeah, just start preparing to book in some more games, and hopefully we can get plenty of games now leading into that, because that's one thing that a lot of the boys need is game time. So yeah, booking plenty of games, and then that's what we need to do.
England versus the Matildas on Wednesday. Who are you barracking for in that one, and how do you see that one playing out?
That's a tough one. The best team, hopefully, the best team will win on the night. Obviously, got got support for both teams, considering I'm dual citizen. But I think both teams have been outstanding. I think it's a shame that it's not the final. Fortunately, somebody has to go out. So yeah, I'll be there with my girls watching the game tomorrow night. So good luck to both sets of players, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
And lastly, you were speaking about Jack a little bit before. He comes up clutch with that fifth penalty save. You know, how impressed were you for his debut? He's only just come to the club recently and been playing some MPL stuff with the boys. How impressed were you for him to come up big in that moment?
I was really impressed with him. I thought Jack was outstanding. Throughout the whole game, his composure. On the ball, it was a really difficult pitch, but I thought he was fantastic, and a great save for the penalty. And just unfortunate that he had to step up and take one. But now really proud of everybody. Jack for his debut, I thought he showed composure. Way ahead of he's just turned 19 years old, so a lot of positives to take from the game. And yeah, we move on now and hopefully get plenty of games in pre-season.